Hi friends, my name is Madison and welcome back to Seeking Life, a channel dedicated to discovering new adventures every day and actually living a life worth living. I'm proud of myself for getting through that without flubbing it. Today we are at the SWA Greenway Trail System. We are going to be doing the Rookery Trailhead, which is here. We're gonna go up to there. I don't know if that connects or not. But yeah, this is the Home Chemical and Recycling Center, and they've got like trails all through it. So I figured we'd check this out today since we haven't been here yet. So I appreciate you joining in. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Most days I like to just get outside and walk on trails and see what we can see that's different, as opposed to going to work every single day and never getting outside into nature and never getting out and seeing new sights or sounds. And that's what we're doing today. For those of you new, I am fixing to travel more of America. I want to show America that I remember and meet lots of people along the way, have new experiences, stop at roadside attractions, just different things that might be of interest. Right now we're kind of just starting out with really nothing and making our way further north soon. But for now, while we're in South Florida, I've been doing my best to come out here and spend as much time out in nature as I can, especially because it's winter and it's not anywhere near as hot. So I can come out here and walk on the trails for hours if I want to. I don't know what kind of wildlife we're going to see today. Normally we see a lot of birds, and until I left my job I wasn't seeing any gators or anything like that. Then as soon as I quit my job I saw a bunch of gators. So it really felt like a sign, like, hey, you're doing the right thing here and you're on the right path. Because the whole reason I'm doing this is it feels like a calling. Like the little voice in the back of your head where you hear it telling you should do something or you should not do something. Most of the time it's saying, hey, please don't do this. It's going to mess up your life. But this is completely different and on the opposite side of the spectrum, and where for the past 5 or 6 years now I've had this calling of I need to travel the country, I need to travel the country, I need to travel the country. And so every time I felt that, I would always try to silence it and try to, we'll look at that in a moment, and always try to listen to what other people had to say and go out and try to find work at whatever place that other person said I should go find work at, because it's incredible, you should work there. And I tried to get into Publix, and then they wanted to hire me this year, but they couldn't be honest with me about telling me how many hours they'd be willing to give me. And rent here in South Florida is ridiculously expensive, so trying to do it on my own is really, really hard. And even with roommates, it's like, how am I supposed to make this work and still save money to be able to go on a trip? So I was like, you know what? We don't currently have the money to go on this trip. but we've been meaning to go on it for a long time. If we stay at our job, we're just going to burn out and we're not going to want to go back. We're going to leave the job in a fashion in which I don't like to leave jobs anymore. And so I was like, all right, it's time for me to go ahead and just put in my 2 weeks notice, because I heard that little voice in my head say, hey, I need you gone by the end of January. So I listened to that, even though it felt like it could have been detrimental to my my life. But I listened and I did what I felt like I needed to do. And so now I've been out making videos every single day. And I feel a lot better. I feel a lot happier. I feel a lot more grounded with reality. I feel just happier in general. And I've been learning things. I've been seeing all kinds of different wild animals. Like this one here on the sign. That's a good segue here. I have seen these birds. They look like flamingos, but they have this bill, this spoonbill here. And I kept wondering what they were. I looked it up the other day. They're a roseate spoonbill. Apparently there's also wild storks here, snail kites, lots of different. It's telling you about like bioindicators, like the health of the ecosystem is determined by what species are in it. Interesting. But yeah, I kept seeing those spoonbills and was like, what is that? And I thought they were flamingos because they're pink, part pink. But when I looked it up, it was like, hey, no, this isn't flamingos. These are these roseate spoonbills. And they have that pink color from crustaceans. I thought that was real, from eating crustaceans. I thought that was really cool. The ups and downs of the rookery. This is talking about the snail kites, which is a type of bird. I'm gonna go this way. I'm not really sure which way I'm supposed to go, but we're gonna go this way. And maybe that'll loop us back around for when we're near the end. I know this trail is supposed to be a little more than a mile long, so this video won't be anywhere near as long as some of these have been. If you're looking for longer trail hiking videos, I have some on my channel that are an hour to an hour and a half long, where I walk about 4 miles. And I like to film my videos like I like to play video games, where I like to explore and find everything and show everything. So I don't really like cutting away from things, and I don't really like to go places that are too crowded to where I can't show as much as I want to show, because I try not to show people in my videos unless I'm, forced to, especially not children, because they don't have permission. I'm not trying to get in trouble from anybody's parents. So I know going to like a theme park, that's going to be near impossible, but I do still try. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm seeing this sign talking about using the nature areas at your own risk. Yeah, I've definitely encountered times where that would definitely be something. Grassy water is preserved. Oh, okay, hang on. Gator Lake, that's the north side, okay. We're down here. I had no idea there was a bald eagle nest protection radius there. I've walked there and didn't even notice. Yeah, this is telling you about a lot more of the area than where we are. So that's not very helpful. Okay. So, so we started here and we walked this way. So, all right. And yeah, we're really close to the landfill. And when I first got here, I could definitely smell that. The Palmetto Trailhead. Oh, we're just now over here. Okay. Oh, and the yeah, the Owahee Trail. Okay. I accidentally almost got lost on this once. So, I want to go. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I think if we go. Hang on. See, sometimes when you're out here, you don't really know which way you're going to go. So, this doesn't mention the Owahee Trail. So, I feel like if I go left, that's going to put me somewhere I don't want to be. But if I go right, we'll head to the Rookery, maybe? Or, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. First off, we're going to look at this beautiful viewpoint. And then we'll... I feel like left is the right way, but I could be completely wrong. The video I was making when I did get on the Owahee Trail once, there were wild boar, which I thought was super cool. And I did see people down that direction, probably the people that started in front of me. I know if I go the other way, it'll lead me to Owahee Trail, which is how I know about the Owahee Trail, because we've accidentally stumbled upon it when we were walking the Owahee Trail. Yeah, so far out here we've seen a whole bunch of birds, mainly the sandhill cranes. They're everywhere. I've seen those spoonbills, some of the kites. I don't really know a whole lot about birds, but you know, I'm definitely seeing why other people have an interest in birds now. The longer I've been coming out here, the more I'm learning about the birds, the more I'm seeing how they behave, and just listening to their sing is just so beautiful to me. Oh, that Spanish moss right there, that's such a beautiful shot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work, but let's see. Probably not. I want to try to take a picture, but don't know if that worked. But the most fascinating thing I've seen so far are the gators. When I was at Grassy Waters earlier or late last week, I saw a gator about 6 feet from me. Thankfully, I was on a raised boardwalk and he was down below. That's in my Grassy Waters video if you want to check that out. I need to remember to put the cards up there at the top. This direction over here. And We saw the wild hogs. And then we're gonna go to the Manatee Lagoon, but it was super duper crowded that day. So I decided, hey, let's go check out the parks near there. And we were able to see manatees without having to deal with large crowds, which I thought was fantastic. So obviously this is an access road for workers. There's a fence with a sign on it that you really cannot read unless you're in the bushes. It says no trespassing, but yet this is a trail you can go on. That's very interesting. Okay. Like you can clearly see, I'm not the only one. You can see the bicycle tracks. I'm not trespassing, I promise. Just a really weird way for them to do that. And for some reason, like there's some concrete blocks over here. Oh, you can smell how the dump. See, that's how it should look. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, since leaving my job, I've been able to see and do so much. And I don't even have to go far from where I stay. It's fantastic. When I was living in Georgia, there were some parks, sure, but like they weren't like this. That's for certain. They were a lot more sterile, if that makes sense. The parks in Georgia, to me, where I was, they're more well manicured. They're well more maintained. They're not nature areas. They're places for humans to go play. So it's not so much like this, where it's raw, unfiltered nature, minus the vehicle trail, which you wouldn't really even notice. Because more than likely, they only patrol this with vehicles maybe like once a day, or if that. Probably just making sure there's nobody left still in the park when they go to close the doors. But I assure you, if you are finding me for the very first time, the adventure hasn't yet begun. Sure, I'm filming and making videos every day, but I still have yet to be able to go very far and do what I have planned for this year. So for right now, I would appreciate your patience as I navigate this transition process from working to still having an apartment to eventually possibly living in my car if I'm not able to get a tent or a camper before then. I am working on affirmations. That's something that helped me a lot about 2018, 2019. I started listening to affirmations and repeating them to myself when I was in the car. Back then it was more generic affirmations, and they really did help me to become the version of myself that I am today, who's a lot more confident, who's a lot stronger, who's healthy, who's in shape, who's a much better version than who I used to be. And repeating those affirmations to myself every day for like 6 months really truly helped. So now I'm switching gears and doing other affirmations again. It's been a while since I've done them, but I'm doing that again. And need to get back into my meditation practices. And I know that no matter what, the Creator will provide. And if you do want to help support the channel, I do have a couple links down below. One is my Cash App, and one is my Amazon wish list of a few things that I could use going forward. You're under no obligation to help me at all. Just if you want to see me get farther, faster, that is the way to definitely help support me and the channel and have more videos coming to you every day. Because I'm definitely not monetized yet. So another way you can help the channel is by hitting the like button or the hype button, which I guess is only on mobile as of right now. And then if you could just hit subscribe and share the video to people who you think would enjoy the video, that is the best way to help support me, especially if you're in the same kind of financial binds like most people do right now. Every little bit helps, especially just liking the video. I'm not expecting anyone to support me because I'm just some random person making videos, but I also know that the Creator works in mysterious ways, and I could get blissed and not even realize it, just for letting you guys know that I have that available. I do eventually want to make a Patreon again. Not quite there yet, but when that is available, I'll let you know. Hi there, dragonfly. It kind of stinks on this part of the trail where you can't really see much. Like, I can see glimpses of the water through the trees. It's just really hard for you guys to see, so I'm not really showing it. And to the left is just a bunch of marshlands or wetlands. I can't remember. It's where it's more grass than water on the left. So maybe I should have started on the other side of the trail and not this part. I apologize for that, y'all. I was going to try to show you some more of the water. There you go. There's a little bit. Not a lot going on down there, though. It looks like we're coming up on a bridge that they're working on, I guess. First wildlife spotting. Anyone knows what kind of bird that is, let me know in the comments down below. And that water goes way down there. They're mowing. You can see a highway down there. And you got this bridge that they're working on. This doesn't feel much better. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that looks like some sort of man-made dam there. There's some birds there. I find it fascinating though that like you've got this man-made dam right here, but yet there's still water on the other side. The water flows that way, and the water flows that way. Very curious. And there's a random picnic table in the middle of nowhere. This needs to be replaced. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pause this for a moment while I figure out where I'm at. It seems like I went the wrong way, but I want to highlight this table because I just find it very odd. Why is this side so much longer? Maybe handicap accessible, maybe? That'd be smart. There's a guy mowing coming. I am going to get out of that guy's way. And yeah. If I'm being honest, it really just looks like he's kicking up dust. Yeah, so that's the wrong way. We need to be going back this way. So yeah, when I get to where we should have been all along, I will start the video again. Sorry y'all. See you shortly. So as I was walking back, apparently there was some big old raccoon following me. Oh well. And there's a big gator down this way. And apparently a good portion of the trail is closed due to birds nesting. I'm going to take a quick break here because I did do that accidental trail. I've seen a lot of gators this week, so I think we'll just try the other pink trail and go from there. See you when I get there. So for the record, if you are coming out to this trail and you want to do the Rookery Trail, if you see this, you have gone way too far and you will be on the Owahee Trail, which can be about 17 miles long. So that is a good bike trail, not really a good hike trail. So let's go back to the other side where we saw the Rookery and we'll go finish the trail from there. One thing I really like about like this trail is they actually talk about the different wildlife or like flowers or bushes that are out here. I think that's really, really cool, and I think that would be something that they could use on all of the trails around here, because there's so many different species of things. Like, for example, these purple bushes down here. I'd love to know what those are. There's no sign telling me what they are, but there's definitely signs telling me, or excuse me, there are definitely these pink purplish colored bushes. I have no idea. Alright, so if you see this sign, make a left. That's how you know you're going on the actual right trail. But if you see the other one, you have gone way too far. You should turn back. That is not the correct trail. Oh, well, I guess that's wrong too. I don't know what the fence is here for. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's as far as you can go on the Rookery Trail right now, because it's closed for bird nesting season. Although you could, I'm not walking through there because I don't have on the proper outfit for that. But yeah, so that was basically an epic fail trying to go on this trail over here today. I want to see, let's do some drone mode real quick. I'm going to get back in the car and see if I can find another way to the other trails and see if they're closed too. So follow me and let's see what happens. Alright, so just know if you come here, this is the southern entrance down here. According to the little thing here, the very bottom, from February 1st to September 30th, sections of the Rookery are closed. So, that's the trail where we're at now. We're going to go up here. We're going to hop in the car, go out the road this way, go to this parking area, and do the butterfly trail. So I'll see you then. Alright, so having to make a U-turn, we are on our way to the north section. I wanted to point out, that's the landfill over there. And then whatever that industrial stuff is. We'll see you soon. So I wanted to point out how weird this part of the trail is. Right over here is the Solid Waste Authority government building. I can only imagine what they're doing with that. Probably why it smells so bad on the other sections of the trail. But yeah, the trail is around their parking lot. So this one here is the butterfly loop. Hopefully we'll see some of these beautiful butterflies. You can pause that if you'd like. So yeah, we are going to do the butterfly trail, and then yeah, I guess next year we're gonna have to come back for the Rookery, but for now let's check out the butterfly trail. I do like how on the Solid Waste Authority park areas that they've created, they actually put a use at your own risk sign. So you really don't know what kind of wildlife you can run into out here. Yeah, you really don't. There was one day I thought I was gonna get attacked by something. I was walking the Owahee Trail. It was the day I saw wild hogs for the first time, or wild boar, whatever you want to call them. Excuse me. And it was kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. Granted, it was away from me on the other side of the water, so I didn't have that much to be concerned with, but it was still kind of like, So I wasn't expecting wild boar out there, because they don't actually tell you that there's wild boar out there. Yeah. So this is like one of the most Florida things you'll ever see. You've got this lake here, this beautiful thatched roof. You got a drainage pond, and then the only elevation change is the dump. It's so wild. I haven't seen dumps like that since I was a child, actually. I used to live really, really close to a dump. Similar to now. Funny how that works. But if you've stuck around with me this long and you made it to this new trail that's a lot more exciting, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. I appreciate you sticking around and watching these videos. No matter what, I'm still going to be here every day. Like today, I didn't really feel like getting up and doing this, especially because it's not as sunny of a day out here. But you know what? YouTube is my job now. It's what I enjoy doing. So every now and again, I need to get out here and do what needs to be done. So it looks like they probably use this area for like lectures or to teach you about garbage. But this officially is Lake Altman, dedicated to Thomas Altman, who was on the board for 12 years. And then I guess that's where they do what needs to be done to the solids that we have in our sewage. So this actually talks about what a sanitary landfill is. Okay, I was not expecting to learn about this kind of stuff right now. Okay, so this is interesting. The garbage is only in part of it. Huh. Final cap and then vegetated. Oh my gosh. It's even showing you can have like a park or a golf course on top, which is just like over there at Dyer Park. That's so neat. Okay. And here this is talking about the purple martin bird. If you want to pause it and read about that. Oh, this is neat. The thing that some of these are broken, but like, can you find this? Yeah, it's right there. But let's see. That is our stack. It's 320 feet tall. Huh. So yeah, all of these used to have flip things on them, but you can see where over time they've just rusted away and broken off. What do you think this is? I don't know, water storage? Ah, rainwater tank. What do you think this claw does? Well, it takes garbage out of the sewage. Oh, it helps. Okay. I have no idea what that is. It's a turbine generator. Oh, cool. Alright, so I was not expecting to learn about how garbage is handled, but here we are. If you want to pause that and read it. But for the most part, you just have this beautiful lake view. And then that, factory in the back. We've got one more also sign over here. There's only one learning thing left, front and back alligator feet, freshwater marsh and lake. And which ecosystem do you think? You see, you can't even guess what these are because habitats of the Greenway Trail system. You want to pause that and read it? Now, this is definitely a criticism of the Parks Committee, and definitely the SWA committee over here. Here's some more information on the trail, on garbage, if you want to read that. And then over here, talking more about how they create new habitats or create them to be together. I'm not really sure. But that is a huge criticism I've definitely found between Palm Beach Parks Department and also here is they went through a lot of effort at one point in time to put up all these awesome educational signs and educational stuff, right? Like you could even see that little shelter there was designed to have someone up front speaking and teaching you about things. And yet, mostly everything is falling apart, or you can't read it, or excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Or like it's just completely gone, torn off, or spray painted over, or something. At one point, they did seem to care, and obviously, I know money's tight for a lot of things, but that was interesting. It's telling you it's one of those little signs that you would see for education, but it's talking about, oh, you should check in and say you're on the trail. And it's like, okay, so you can get yourself some publicity with people's social media posts, but you can't fix your trail information boards. Like, come on. Like, that's the main gripe I have. Everything's, like, the wildlife's been beautiful, the trails have been really well kept, trash is, almost non-existent, but when it comes to the educational posters and whatnot, they're all falling apart or gone or damaged. So if anybody from West Palm Beach Parks or SWA sees this, please fix those. Pretty please, as someone who's basically a tourist and only had like a 1-year layover here, please fix that. And I'll be honest, with how windy it is today, I don't think we're going to see any butterflies. There's a lot of roots in this trail, so I'm having to be very careful. There's a lot of them like this. See, like this one puts what I'm saying to shame, because this here makes it look like all of them are like this. Okay, I don't want to go the Everglades Trail today. We do want to get a little bit more of that view of that lake, and then we'll come back. Yeah, they even have like stuff like this out here, but that's one of the rare, really good, well taken care of ones that they've replaced recently. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Slash pine. Dominant tree in areas called flatwoods. It grows in uplands or wetlands. Many insects hide in the bark, which in turn attract birds and reptiles. Lighter pine, concentrated resin in the heartwood, has been used as fuel. Huh. Okay. I didn't think there was going to be a whole lot of pine trees down here in Florida. But they have definitely affected my my sinuses. I can definitely tell you that. Coming out here every day, I've definitely noticed it. And by the way, we are kind of going down the Everglades Trail just a little bit because I wanted to see if I can get another beautiful shot of that lake. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, come on. I try to be very positive on this channel, but trail markers are so freaking helpful. Like the one I found when I was over there, kind of lost on the Owahee Trail, I could barely read it because it was all faded out, and so I'm just trying to like prevent someone who's actually in danger, who might need the information on these boards. And they shouldn't be that expensive to fix. Here's another one. Alright, we're definitely on the other side of the lake. Trying to see if there's a view over here. I think so. This way here I can show you all the other trails tomorrow, and I don't do them all today. Okay, yeah, we got another view over here. Now look Look at how big that landfill is. Oh my gosh. That's not even all of it. That's just a small portion of it. But like, look at how small the vehicles look on top up there. And you got the wastewater facility. We're gonna walk to this sign over here. Then we'll walk back and finish the Butterfly Trail. I just want to see if there's any good information on that other board. The common reed. Common reeds, y'all. I also find it very interesting. This is the second time I've seen this. They just kind of mow out a section for some reason. Alligator flag, also known as the fire flag. It may wave its leaves if an alligator is visiting below or in deeper water. It's host to the Brazilian skipper butterfly and the purple. Oh, this is the one with the purple, I think. Okay, so wait. Oh, look at that. It looks like they actually planted some more with some fresh topsoil. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's why they... I don't know. We're just going to go to this sign over here, and then we'll make our way back to the Butterfly Trail. I apologize for the wind. I did bring my wireless microphone. I charged it last night, or thought I did. It did not charge. So I'm going to try that again today. I'm just grateful I had these in my car. Excuse me. Waste through the ages. Past waste management practices can show the importance of proper disposal today. Wow, so it's talking about from 7,000 BC, I don't know what the E stands for, that's some new Mandela effect crap. It talks about humans constructing roads and buildings on top of waste, which mainly consisted of bones, wood, ash, and ceramic. Some bike people just came past me. It's talking about the bubonic plague, whatever CE is. They changed some crap. They're claiming rats were the cause of that. And then it just goes on to talk about, I don't know why it doesn't tell us more about the invention of plastic there, but yeah, if you want to leave more about how waste has changed over the years, this is for you. And then you've just got a nice view of the lake here. I did have a couple of people on bicycles go by. All right, let's go back to the Butterfly Trail. I am going to pause it so y'all don't have to see this part again, and I will see y'all when I get back to the other side of the trail. So I don't want this video to be way too long. All right, and just like that, we are back at the butterfly trail. From what I've gathered, this is more paved than the other sections, but not completely, if that makes sense. Oh look, this is our first boardwalk that we've seen in the whole place over here, minus the little hut over there. See, it was something like this where I had seen the gator, where it was raised up, a couple feet, and like the gator was like behind that tree. That's how close I was that other day. Nature's Pharmacy. The roots of medicine grown from plants. So in here they've actually got quite a few different natural So they have different kinds of natural medicines out here too. You can pause that and check it out. But you're not allowed to actually pick anything. So if you wanted to, for example, use some St. John's wort, you could, saw palmetto. Can live to be hundreds of years old. Describe their fruit as rotten cheese steeped in tobacco juice. I didn't know they had fruit. Okay. See, the things you can learn when you stop and look at the signs. But yeah, so you can just get some St. John's wort or whatever and actually just grow it yourself at home for whatever it is you might need. I guess that was a payphone at one time, probably. So I did notice it actually talked about a call phone. Definitely don't believe today is the right day to see butterflies, unfortunately. I will say I have seen a lot of droppings. Some that just look like a dog's. You're not supposed to have animals out here, so I don't know. You're not supposed to have your doggos out here. So I'm glad I'm getting these out of the way now because my buddy won't be able to come with me on these. Okay, here's another little hut. When industry speaks for the trees, preserving Florida's unique wildlife can only be done by protecting its habitat. Small kite saved. Interesting. If you want to read more about that, you got this little hut here. And a bench over here. And a little lookout over here. No, that's almost perfect. So this is talking about animals and plants have developed adaptations to help them find what they need to survive. Carefully look around and discover the countless plant and animal adaptations right in front of you. Keeping animals wild keeps them safe. Don't feed them or leave behind litter, obviously. This one over here is sawgrass. That stuff is sharp. You don't want to mess with that. One of the few deciduous trees in South Florida loses its leaves in the dry season. Huh. That's a beautiful flower. And then you've got spike rush. Yeah, this is just mainly just a dry marshland over here. It's not much going on. All right, let's finish this trail strong. And I just want to say thank you so very much if you've made it this far in the video. I know it's probably close to about an hour by now. We did visit 2 different places today. Granted, they're part of the same trail system, but I didn't want to just show you guys the wrong thing. So that's why I came over here and did another section of it. I want to encourage you that if you're feeling down, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling lost or depressed, there's a lot of reasons for that right now. Many of which are files that you can find online that have been needing to be released for about a decade now. If you've been reading those files, or if you're just depressed or down for any other reason, I want you to know that you are loved, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of happiness, and you are happiness. You have happiness living right inside of you. You just have to unlock it. And one of the best ways to do that is to just get outside and enjoy some nature. And if you are physically unable to get outside and be in nature, then please, I hope my videos can help be a connection to nature for you. I have an uncle who, for lack of a better term, is bedridden at the moment. And, I know he can't get out and do these kinds of trails. My family can't get out and do the trails anymore because they're having to help him or whatnot. So, if you can't get out and do the trails, please watch my videos. There's a lot of encouragement in them. There's a lot of positivity in them. There's a lot of love in my videos because I love each and every one of you. Yes, you. I love you too. Even if you don't feel like you're worthy of love, I love you because you are worthy of love. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be happy. You deserve a positive attitude in life. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, positive affirmations really help me kind of rewire myself. And I'm now a much happier person than I used to be. Here is, it tells you what their boo-boo looks like. I feel like I've seen way more raccoon than I have anything else. What an interesting segue there. But yes, there is a reason you found this video, and it's because you need some motivation in your life right now. Things are dark, you don't see any light in the tunnel, and you wonder if you'll ever be able to survive or you'll ever be able to have happiness again. And I'm here to tell you that yes, you can, and yes, you will. It might not be immediate, but if you choose every day that you're going to be happy no matter what happens to you, that is a huge first step to changing your life and getting out of the depression. So I also learned that no matter what we're going through, love is always the answer. Love is really the answer to everything in this universe. The powers that be want us to be hateful towards each other. They want us to be divided from one another. but we are one and the same. We just might look a little different, talk a little different, act a little different. But for the most part, we're all humans who just want to live a happy life and not have to worry about where our next meal is coming from or if we have a roof over our head. So just know you're not alone and that I am here if you ever need someone to talk to. My videos are here for you. This is talking about changing your perspective. Nothing on the back of this one. There's a nice little bench. I want to finish the trail. I don't know which way that I'm supposed to go. Paused it because I thought I was going to sneeze, but I apparently did not. So this goes that way. It also goes this way. I've already walked enough today. So let's see if this leads out to the parking lot. We can always finish the trail another time. I'm guessing these had to have been payphones at one point, or like emergency phones that you can call if you needed help. So we were over there, I suppose. You've got these. What? Oh, hello. Okay, I just noticed the water right here. And then if you look, he's huge. Hi. You are massive, my guy. Wow. Okay, I was just about to say, let me zoom back out. I was just about to say how I don't think there's any water here. Look at, oh my God. Look at that baby. That's a mama. She's got babies with her. Do you see how freaking cute? Oh my gosh. Oh mama. Oh mama. You're a good mama. You're a very good mama. Take good care of those babies, okay? Take real good care of those babies, okay? Look at, you're massive. Wow. I'll leave you to it, okay? Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see anything out here. Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, it looks so dry. Like, but then under here, where the bridge is, it's a bunch of water. I don't know why there's this platform here. Wow. Here's something talking about rivers of grass. There are no other Everglades in the world. No, there are not. I'm going to make sure there's no gators back here before I sit down. Oh, sorry, bird. I didn't mean to scare you. I just want to sit down for a minute. That was the most... I was not expecting to see gator babies. That was so cool. I still can't believe we've seen a gator baby. Let's see if she's still over here. She is. Okay. You be good, Mama. Wow. The creator just keeps on giving every time now. Something said, hey, you should totally turn back and look for a moment. I was not expecting to see like a 10-foot gator and like 2 gator babies that were like a foot. Oh, God. The universe is so good. Oh, hang on. So this is St. John's wort. Its presence indicates the soil is fairly solid and sandy, which is helpful in navigating through shallow, wet areas. Not sure which one exactly. I'm going to assume it was whatever this was. Yeah, I'm the only one that's walked through this way for a little while because I think I just went right through a spider web. See the forest for the trees. Yes, there's definitely a lot of difference here. If you want to pause that and read it. That's where we were. We were over in the woods over there somewhere. That's where we initially were with the stack, and then if you go that way maybe a mile or so, that'll be where we initially started this video today, which I apologize, I did not expect it to be this long. But if you've watched this far, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you so much. I prefer myself for long form content. Short form content kind of bothers me. I don't TikTok. I did for a little while, but I don't do that anymore. I don't even scroll TikTok. I don't scroll Reels or any of those videos like that. I prefer, 30-minute videos or longer. So I hope you do too, especially when it's a nice trail that you can walk. It's like you and I are friends walking along the trail. That's the whole vibe I'm going for, and I hope you feel that through the camera. Excuse me. Over here it's talking about everything around us changes in stages through its life cycle. It's talking about the life cycle of aluminum cans, plus also the long-winged butterfly, which, for the record, this is Butterfly Trail. I have yet to see any butterflies. I do love how there's plenty of benches around on this trail, and that this trail in particular, everything is readable and not falling apart. Thank you for maintaining this one so much. Thank you. So for the record, that is the second time I've been that close to a gator. They're more afraid of you than you are them. So they'll just sit there real quiet and really do nothing. And you can just take your photos or your videos all you want. You're cool. They're not going to bother you. Now, if you try to go near them, that's it. If you like go within like a foot of them, then yeah, that's dumb. But if you're within 6 feet, they're way more afraid of you than they are of them, or they are of you. Excuse me. You are way more afraid of them than they are of you, in most cases. To me, I just see them as something beautiful that I can't see pretty much anywhere else except for in the zoo. And places like Fuddpuckers, and I think it's Destin or Panama City, Florida. It's a tourist attraction / restaurant. There's a bunch of gators there, but they're not wild. They're captured. So it's just something more exhilarating and more awesome about seeing them out in nature when you're just on a hike and don't even realize you're going to see one. Okay. So we are coming up on civilization. All right. So we have finished the butterfly loop. Yay. Okay. So it looks like what we did was what we did was we went from the parking lot here, we went to about right here, went back, went this way, and then we came back this way. So tomorrow when we come back, we'll do the Everglades Trail, come back then, and then do the Dragonfly, and that's about 1.5 miles altogether. So it looks like they're planning on putting up more benches in, supporting our nature one native plant garden at a time, sponsored by Keep Palm Beach County Beautiful. I love that. So this is the backside of the building here, I suppose. And they have all of these different signs for the different foliage. Like this is definitely more supposed to be like a butterfly garden right here. But clearly there's no butterflies right now because it's way too late in the day. Yeah, we'll need to come back and check this out another time. But I want to give you a huge thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. I know it's super duper long. I really appreciate you for watching. I appreciate that you're still with us in this realm. I appreciate that you're, no matter what you're going through, you're still fighting and you're still keeping it up. So I am very proud of you for that. And I am proud of you for just being here still. And I'm proud of you for everything. I'm proud of you for just sticking through the video and sticking through whatever it is in life that you need to get through. So I just want to say thank you again. And if you did enjoy this video, if you could hit that thumbs up button for me, that would be great. And if you want to see more trail videos, or if you want to follow me on my American journey this year, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you so much.